The most avoidable deaths of all time. All right,
Philip
let's see
Quinn,
what these are.
death by a lava lamp explosion. In
Okay, that's
2004,
insane.
24-year-old Philip Quinn from Washington State was at home,
2004?
watching his lava lamp do its thing. But apparently it wasn't doing its thing fast enough for his liking. Instead of waiting patiently, Quinn had an idea that no scientist would ever approve of. He put the lava lamp...
Okay, I'm glad he's actually doing something to it. Well, I'm not glad, but like, I have one in my room right now. I thought it just exploded without him doing anything. This, okay, I was about to chuck it out of my room. Now I feel better about myself.
directly on the stove
Okay.
to speed up the process. Physics had other
Come
plans.
on, man.
As the liquid inside overheated, the pressure built up until the lamp violently exploded. A glass shard shot across the room with enough force
No
to pierce
way.
his chest, striking him in the heart. Quinn collapsed and
It
died.
pierced his chest. How much force is that? That's insane. And he was just next to it the whole time. I really wonder how long it took to heat up to explode. Probably not long, because they're like, there's not much, it's mostly water, which can't compress. There's not much air to compress, so it probably exploded really quickly. Yeah, don't try this at home, guys.
almost instantly. When police arrived, they found the
Jeez.
shattered remains of the lamp, and presumably a cautionary tale about why household items come with warning labels.
Mhm.
For the record, lava lamps already have a safety warning that explicitly states, "Do not heat this on a stove."
Come on,
a
that's
piece of
pretty
advice
obvious,
that,
man.
if followed, probably would have saved his life.
How old was this guy, though? Like, if he was over the age of 18, like, come on, bro. You learned this in, like, year 8, year 9, year 7, maybe.
David Grunman, death by cactus revenge.
Okay.
On February 4th,
What does that mean?
1982,
Ooh, old one.
27-year-old David Grunman was out in the Arizona desert, armed with a shotgun and a
Mhm.
questionable sense of judgment. He and his roommate had gone
No.
shooting, but instead of aiming at targets, David decided to take on Mother Nature herself by blasting away at a massive saguaro cacti. At first,
I'm curious how this led to someone dying, though.
things went as expected. He fired at a small cactus, watching it collapse in defeat.
Mhm.
Encouraged by his success, he set his sights on a much larger 26-foot saguaro.
I really hope, okay. I really hope he doesn't accidentally, like, someone doesn't shoot him thinking he's a cactus. But now, after seeing this, I'm guessing it probably fell on him. Let's be honest.
And unloaded his shotgun into it. And that's
Yup.
when karma struck back. A massive 4-foot arm of the cactus broke off and fell directly on top of him. The weight of the spiny
That's
limb
insane.
crushed him instantly, ending his cactus shooting career permanently.
Do cacti really get that big? Like, the cacti in Australia, they're big as hell, but they're not, like, thick, like that thick. They're like, okay, this is weird. They're probably like this thick. Like, still not enough to kill you if it lands on you. Jeez.
David was declared dead at the scene. Locals call it
It's a heavy
cactus
cacti.
karma, a brutal reminder that desert plants have survived for thousands of years.
Genuinely, how close you have to be to the cacti to let it fall on you? Like, come on, man. You have a gun. That's the ranged weapon.
And they don't take kindly to being shot at. This could have been avoided if David had just picked a different hobby, maybe fishing, or literally anything that doesn't involve shooting at 500-pound plants.
And there's just a fishing death later on. What's the bet?
Hans Steininger. Death by beard entanglement. Hans Steininger was a
entanglement.
well-respected mayor
a
in
first.
16th century Austria, known for his wisdom, leadership, and an absolutely massive beard. At 4.5 feet long, it was less of a facial feature and more of an accessory,
That's taller than me.
one that he usually rolled up and tucked into his pocket like a Renaissance-era fashion statement. But one day, during a sudden fire in town, Steininger forgot to tuck in his beard before running to help. As he hurried down a flight of stairs, he stepped on it, tripped, and
No.
fell head first, breaking his neck. Yes,
Oh.
this man was literally taken down by his own beard. If there's any lesson to
Dude.
take from this,
They say
it's
tie
that
your
at a
shoelace. Dude, tie your beard up.
certain length,
Oh
a
my-
beard stops being stylish and starts
Mm.
being a tripwire. Elena
That's
Struthers
insane. Like, there's some, yeah, exactly. There's like some times where if you like take things to the extreme, there's some things you have to worry about that no, like, okay, normal person has to worry about. Like people who have their fingernails extremely long and never cut them. There's things you have to worry about. Like, what if that thing snaps off, stabs you? Okay, that's probably not a good example, but like, when you take things to extreme, you have to remember all possibilities and know it's a risk. You know what I'm saying?
partner, impaled by metal straw. Reusable straws.
Oh my god, I've heard this is a fear. I actually don't use metal straws because of this. Like, I've heard so many stories where people have metal straws in while they're walking, they fall, and it literally. This is probably what's going to happen in this story, but it's just dangerous as hell. Do not, if you have a metal straw, it's a knife, guys. Think about it. It's a metal knife, and the thing is, it's that like the thing about the circle, like it's a circle, but it's hollowed out, so it's literally a tiny razor blade that will go through you. It will go through you easily. This is why do not walk with metal straws. I feel like I'm just saying like stuff that is common knowledge, but still, we're about to find out why it is common knowledge.
Supposed to save the environment, but this one didn't even save a single person. In November 2019, in Broadstone, England...
That's so close. That's 2019. What's 2026? That's 7 years ago.
60-year-old Lena Struthers Gardner, a retired jockey with mobility issues, was at home sipping from a mason jar with a built-in stainless steel straw. But as she walked through the kitchen, she suddenly lost her footing and fell. The metal straw, held firmly in place by the lid, did not budge. Instead, it impaled her left eye, driving straight into her brain. Her wife, Mandy, rushed in after hearing the sound of her collapse, only to find Lena making strange, gurgling noises. Emergency responders rushed her to the hospital, but the injury was too severe, and she passed away the next day. Doctors later noted that if the
that is the most horrid way to go out. Oh, that's insane.
Straw hadn't been held rigidly in place by the lid, it might have moved or bent upon impact. But because it was locked in, it turned into a
Would it really bend? I mean, maybe if it hits a bone, probably, but... You know, if it goes in your neck, if it's in your mouth and you fall on it, if it's in your eye and it doesn't hit like one of your bones around your eye, you're cooked. You're cooked, man.
Miniature javelin waiting for an unfortunate victim. This tragedy sparked safety discussions around metal straws, because as it turns out, sharp, movable metal spikes near your face can in fact be dangerous.
Who would have thought?
Who could have seen that coming? Jennifer Strange, overdosing on water. On January 12, 2007, 28-year-old Jennifer Strange from Sacramento, California, set out to win a Nintendo Wii for her kids.
Oh, I've heard about
this one. The contest, called Hold Your Wii for a Wii, was simple. Drink as much water as possible without urinating. Contestants kept chugging water, with the last person standing winning the console.
How much water are they drinking?
At first, Jennifer laughed along with the hosts, but as she kept drinking, she started to feel lightheaded and nauseous. Eventually, she left, telling coworkers she had a terrible headache. And
I guess 2007 was a different time, but there's no way the people that planned this event, I don't know what this radio station was, like if they were big or not, but surely one person just thought, like, you know, pushing your body to this limit, could it be dangerous? Like, there has to be at least one person that thought about that. And it's for a Wii too, like, dude, it's not even worth it.
Going home. A few hours later...
Actually, to be fair, Wii's were like the biggest thing back in the day.
She was found dead in her bathroom. By drinking too much water too quickly, Jennifer had diluted the sodium in her blood, causing her brain to swell dangerously. Essentially, her body drowned itself from the inside out, and she didn't even win the Wii.
It didn't drown her. It made her brain expand into a skull. Your skull is a rigid thing. Your brain is a squishy organ. If your brain expands, your skull cannot expand. You die.
After her death, her family sued the radio station, which had ignored warnings from medical professionals about the risks of excessive water consumption.
They ignored it too? Okay, they must have won.
The case ended with a $16 million settlement.
It's not worth a life, though.
But tragically, no amount of money could undo such an unnecessary and preventable death.
Yeah.
Water is great. Just don't drink it like it's
I want to add on to this, okay? Don't quote me. I think this is like... I think I remember this story. The reason why it actually killed her, it's not because it was just water. Like, it was distilled water. I'm pretty sure it was distilled water. Distilled water has, like, completely nothing in it. Like, this water right here, it's spring water. It's got minerals. It's got sodium. It's already got stuff in it. Basically, when you have distilled water, water naturally, if it doesn't have sodium in it, will go... And it's like a thing. It actually will go towards sodium. So because it's distilled water, when you drink it in your body, it will actually go out of your stomach, I think, don't quote me on this, and go to where sodium is in your body. And your brain has a lot of sodium. Because it's distilled, it has no sodium. It traveled to her brain and it filled it up. And then eventually the brain had too much pressure and led to her death. I think that's what happened. I'm not saying do this challenge at all if you don't have distilled water, if you have spring water. I'm not saying to do that at all. I'm just giving like some facts of what I think I heard a while ago. And maybe if they had spring water instead of distilled, maybe she would still be alive today. I don't know. Comment down below like any extra info you guys think.
Death by Segway Cliff Dive. In 2010...
Bro's playing Happy Wheels.
British millionaire Jimmy Heselden, the owner of the Segway company, set out to test a new all-terrain version of his product on his private estate. With plenty of open land to explore, it seemed like the perfect place for a smooth ride, except for one poorly placed cliff. While navigating the terrain, Heselden somehow lost control near the edge, veered off the path, and tragically plunged 42 feet into a river below. Rescue teams arrived, but it was too late.
That's insane.
The man who owned the Segway company had been defeated by the very thing he sold. This death could have been avoided by not testing a self-balancing scooter near the edge of a literal cliff.
What is that in the background? Is that a woman in a bikini?
Or maybe by installing guardrails or just walking. Dr. Jacqueline...
Okay, maybe that's just like ego or something, but I feel like that's common knowledge. I guess the title is the most avoidable deaths, but like, come on, dude. Firstly, it's your estate. Okay, when they say estate, maybe it's like multiple acres. I don't know. But if you live there, you know the terrain. Why would you get anywhere near a cliff? And if anyone's ever been, I haven't been on a Segway, but you know those Segways, I don't know what they're called, the hoverboards or whatever, where they don't have the thing you can hold on to. They're so easily you have one, like you go off balance half a second, your foot goes one way. And because you're accelerating, your foot goes even more in that direction. It's just a chain reaction that makes you fall over. And you would do it next to a cliff. Maybe, you know, he's the owner of Segway. He probably had so much experience with it. But at the same time, come on, dude.
Cataract. Suffocation in chimney. In August 2000...
In a chimney?
2010, Dr. Jacqueline Cataract, a 40...
It was a doctor too?
9-year-old physician from California, made a decision that can only be described as bold, ill-advised, and tragically final. She was in a turbulent relationship with a man named William Moody. One evening after an argument, Moody refused to see her. So she took matters into her own hands. First, she tried to break into his house with a shovel, which, unsurprisingly, didn't work. Then instead of calling it a night...
Wait, was the guy home or not? Because if he was home and someone was trying to break in, would he not call the cops? I'm guessing he wasn't home. She was maybe waiting for him to come back, but...
And reconsidering her approach, she climbed onto the roof, removed the chimney cover, and decided to enter Santa style. Only one problem. Chimneys aren't designed for human travel. She slid in feet first, expecting to land safely inside.
They used to be, no? Wasn't a huge job back in the day, like Victorian era. They had, I think it was called chimney boys. Like, they would actually get, like, boys, they'd wrap a rope around them, they'd put them into a chimney to clean it. Back in the day, I swear.
But she got stuck. Badly. When she didn't show up for work the next day, colleagues reported her missing. 3 days later, a house sitter noticed a strange smell coming from the fireplace. Firefighters spent...
Don't tell me they put the fire on too.
5 hours breaking apart the chimney to reach her. She had been trapped just 2 feet above the opening. The autopsy revealed that she had...
2 feet above the opening?
The chimney to reach her. She had been trapped just 2 feet above the opening.
I think below the opening. Wait. You were trapped 2 feet below? Okay, surely she wasn't on her legs, because you could get out easy. Like, she must have jimmied herself in to where she couldn't get out. But, like, surely someone hears you. The guy didn't come home that whole night. No one heard her scream. Like, it's a chimney, unless the house is nowhere near other houses.
The autopsy revealed that she had suffocated due to the extreme pressure on her chest.
Oh, she probably was like she was crammed in there. She wasn't standing up.
Which made it impossible for her lungs to expand. Moody later expressed deep sadness over the tragic accident, calling it a horrendously bad decision that cost her life. This entire situation could have been avoided by simply walking away, or at the very least, choosing a break-in method that didn't involve entering a narrow stone tunnel.
No, that is not another way to not die. Just don't break into someone's house, I think.
Lykonos. Death by exploding chewing gum.
Did I hear that right?
December 2009, 25-year-old Vladimir Lykonos, a chemistry student from Ukraine, was doing what a lot of students do. Chewing gum while studying. But unlike most people, he had a habit of dipping his gum in citric acid to make it extra sour. On this particular day, Vladimir grabbed a small white powder from his desk, dipped his gum, popped it in his mouth, and started chewing. Only it wasn't citric acid. It was a highly explosive chemical compound he had been working with in his lab.
No.
Within seconds, the gum detonated inside his mouth. The blast was so powerful that it blew off his jaw and lower face, killing...
What was that chemical? I thought at first it was sodium, because, like, not table salt, like sodium when you mix it with water, like, does explode, but there is no way. Just a couple, like, he powdered it on top, like a little bit of powder did that?
Killing him instantly. His parents, hearing the explosion, rushed in, only to find an unspeakable scene. When police investigated, they found 2 identical containers, one with citric acid, the other with a volatile explosive powder.
Okay, he's not saying the powder, but there's a powder that is that explosive?
In a tragic mix-up, he had grabbed the wrong one. This accident...
That's on you, dude. You know, it's so avoidable. Like, I feel like I didn't do chemistry in high school, but, like, I did physics, and then when you were in the lab, you don't eat anything. That's like the one rule. You do not eat anything. And this is what I say, like, the more time you get comfortable in an environment, the more risks you start taking. You don't realize that, like, until something actually happens. Like, when you drive for so long and you don't get into an accident, you start taking risks. Maybe you speed a bit more. Maybe you turn a bit faster. Maybe you take a turn when some car is coming that you wouldn't take if you were, like, 3 years back, like, in the past. And this is just a fatal mistake. You know, some people learn, like, get into a car crash and then they learn not to be too comfortable. Yeah, just, that's crazy.
Could have been
a lab, though. Like, come on, you don't eat in a lab, man.
avoided by labeling things properly.
No, not labeling. Not eating anything in a lab, man.
It also serves as an important lesson. If you're going to eat something, make sure it's actually food. As bizarre as these stories may be, it's important to remember that these were real people with real lives. This video isn't about making fun of them. It's a reminder of how even the smallest decisions can have deadly consequences.
Yeah.
So let's respect the dead, learn from their mistakes, and maybe, just maybe, think twice before making any life choices that could end up in a video like this.
Here's the thing, you don't know it's a life choice until your life is gone. You know, you're always going to be vigilant, guys. Anyway, W video, subscribe.